everyone, Ernie Emat here with another Scoop on Miami. Let me take a moment to thank the over 115,000 people that viewed our program last week and almost 22,000 engagements. Thank you. And before we get started, let's take a moment to follow, share, and like the Scoop on Miami. We're in Palmetto Bay, next to the historic Deering Estate, where William Deering and his sons, Charles and James, made Miami their winter homes. But now, we take you to a converted empty lot with a lot of history that's turning barbecue into money. I'll introduce you to Pat Sheehy and Marc Buoniconti, turning out smoking hot ribs, briskets, and cool vibes. This is Smokez Bbq.
Hey everyone, Ernie Emat with the Scoop on Miami. It's always hot in South Florida, and today it's smoking hot. We're at Smokez Bbq in Palmetto Bay, and I am so grateful to have Patrick Sheehy.
Thank you, sir.
Taking his time on a busy because this place gets rocking.
Yeah, it does. It gets a little crazy here. You've seen it before.
So why don't we start from the beginning?
Sure.
Who the heck is Patrick Sheehy?
I'm one of those old, I had a job as an IT guy for 20 years, and I competed in professional barbecue for many years, so the two analytical sides of my personality go well together with that. Started competing, opened up a catering business, cornering off farmers markets, and here we are. Yeah, I was with Lucent Technologies and Cisco for about almost 18 years, and I ran the BP oil spill fund too.
So these are big bucks,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And for you to just walk away, tell me a little bit about what happened.
That was the best thing I ever did in my life. It was amazing. It was one of those things that I couldn't even be more thankful that I did do. You know what I mean? You got a lot of regrets in your life. This isn't one of them. The hard work is considerably more. The analytical part of it, like I said, still coexists with each side of it. But I'll tell you, it was such a good day when I went to my wife and I said, you know what, I'm done with this. And now I'm going to do what I want to do. And I turned my passion into a vocation.
That's fabulous. You are taking a look at Frank. He's the executive chef here at Smokez Bbq. Frank, you were telling me you were the second to graduate in Johnson & Wales?
Yeah, I was the second or third class to actually finish and complete through Johnson & Wales.
Fantastic.
Before the school was actually finished, they were still doing building. We were the only culinary classes to be in there. Very hectic, very small school at the time. Now it blew up and all that. The rest is history, but love it. It's like a family. We're all friends. We all show up for each other.
This is where the magic happens. And we are getting a special behind the scenes because I've been told nobody plays with Patrick's meat.
That's right. Nobody messes with his recipes. These are all his.
Started there. Wow. I love food. My mom is the one who really put it into me. I come from the other half on my other side is a Cajun French background, so andouille sausage and crawfish and all that kind of stuff. So we grew up in that also.
The laid-back atmosphere here at Smokez is a far cry from the cramped hustle and bustle that you're used to in South Beach or Wynwood. There's plenty of open space for kids and adults to have their own fun, while still inviting you to coalesce and mingle with those around you. Patrick may have started out as a food truck, but now he's taking full advantage of their new permanent space.
And I had in my mind when we created this place a few visions, and they're old school Miami, like we were talking about, like old school Monty's. Right. Monty Trainers, old school Scotties, over by the Chart House. Yes. And then I'll even go deeper that, like Jimbo's over on Virginia. The thing about it is keeping some of those old school Miami things installed in here, but we started out here, this first property, I knew about this because it used to be Old Cutler Inn, and then before that it used to be Snowden's. And prior to that, it was a boarding house and a saloon and a card house that was used to build the Deering estate. So the guys that live here built the Deering estate. So years later, and I was at the farmer's market running 3 or 4 farmer's markets, and Marc comes to me and Buoniconti comes to me and says, hey man, we need to take this to the next level. What do you think? And I said, I know the exact spot. I can't get a hold of the guy, I've been calling him for 2 years, but maybe you can do it. Doman, we think about how we're leasing a property and how we're going to maintain our investment without building a $500,000 or $1 million type of facility.
Yes. But the atmosphere here, it really feels like I'm at a friend's backyard.
Yeah, it is your backyard.
Right?
It's your backyard.
And everybody here speaks with each other, even strangers. It was amazing.
I have installed a belief that a lot of Texas pits do. is if you get a line, people are waiting in line, and maybe it's in the hot sun, even though it's beautiful weather now, I'll go out there and I'll hand out beers and water and sodas on my house. Because, you know, it's one of those things. If you can stand in line for me waiting for my food for 10, 15 minutes or whatever, I can at least buy you a drink or a cold drink. And what happens is you see these people start to interact with each other and talk to each other.
And they become family.
Exactly. One of the biggest nights we've ever had, we probably did from noon that we woke up in the morning to opening up our restaurant till 11 o'clock at night. We probably ran through 1,600 customers. And the cool thing about it is I remember in the middle of the night, I'm standing around at the bar and I'm looking, it's packed, and there wasn't one person that was on their cell phone.
The years Patrick spent competing in the world of professional barbecue pitmasters are evident in the profiles of each cut. The briskets are complemented by some beautiful smoke rings around the edges, and the ribs simply slide off the bones the moment you bite down.
The ribs we use a 2.75 pound baby back slab ribs, which is 12 bones, and they're really fat. I mean, to the point where, you know, that big.
From a professional pitmaster that knows what he's doing with that analytical mind, studies everything he does, and that's part of the success of Smokez Bbq here in Palmetto Bay. You know it's home cooking.
Everybody was talking.
Yes.
We're all starved for interaction.
Yes.
We're all starved for camaraderie.
Yes.
You don't in the house anymore. You don't get that right there. You got to be outside, breathe the fresh air, open air dining. You know.
And that's really what I got, and it was really spectacular.
Smokez Bbq, located at 7271 Southwest 168th Street in Palmetto Bay. They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, open Wednesday through Fridays from 4 to 11, Saturdays and Sundays from 2 to 11. Get there early because they serve until they run out. Follow, share, and like the Scoop on Miami.